What's up guys, macadii here. Today I'm against a subscriber of mine called Pokerlander101G, and by the looks of things he's got a really interesting team actually, because he's got I think Bravery's gone up to RU I think, so yeah, but he's packing the Typhlosion, which to be honest I still think is going to be quite scary this tier. So looking at his team, he's got a Bravery, a Cobalion, a Ludicolo. I was just about to say Scarf Ludicolo. I'm still in the mindset of the last session. That's probably a Scarfer, to be honest. His Typhlosion. I would quite like to say sort of physical wool, special wool. But then, to be honest, Quagsires are normally special as well, so I'm not 100% sure. We'll play along and we'll see. I unfortunately don't have any grass type moves, which may be a little bit of an issue. But I'm pretty sure Golbat should be able to handle that quite well. And then he has the Dug Trio as well, which may also I need to watch out for, especially with earmuffs. So in terms of lead, I am anticipating the Cobalion leading. So it is very tempting to come out with Gallade to start with, because then at least I can put the offensive pressure on, get a close combat off, and there's nothing that actually really would appreciate a close combat. I haven't played a Quagsire in quite a while, so I'm not exactly sure of its physical bulk. I know it's very good, but whether it will take it is another matter, really. That will also stop him from getting rocks up as well. So I think that's probably the best bet. I would like to get my rocks up at some point, especially with the Typhlosion. He hasn't got any access to a rapid spin or anything. I do have Defog though, so that's not going to work in my favour. And I would like rocks up as soon as possible, ideally. So I think I am going to lead with the Gallade. The Cobalion, if it is invested in speed, should outspeed, but as far as I'm aware, I don't think they'll know a move that will actually be able to take me out. So he leads off with his Dug Trio, which is obviously quite interesting. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for CC, and I have the Shadow Sneak as well. So because I don't think, let me just double check what sort of defenses we're looking at. Okay, so it's he's got barely anything. I think actually Psycho Cut's probably the best bet, because I don't want to get the defense drop and then have to take a Sucker Punch as well. So I am just going to go for the Psycho Cut. There's nothing on his team that appreciates the Psycho Cut as well, so he does just go straight for the Sucker Punch. As he does show he has the Sash, and at this point I am just going to go for the Shadow Sneak, just in case he decides to be tactical. If he has the rocks or something like that, then that probably, that might be his potential to use them. So, and I know it has brought my Gallade down to a dangerous level of health. Okay, so maybe he was going for the rocks then. So that's good. That's it. The Trapper out the way. So Drapion is looking a little bit better. Ideally, it'd be good to set an agility up so I can take out that Typhlosion quite, sort of outspeed the Typhlosion as well, because I can take out that with EQ. I don't know. I don't think I can one-shot a Cobalion, but I could probably do quite a decent chunk of damage. Quagsire is going to be a little bit of an issue, so he does go out into Keep It Cool. Now, the question is, do I keep the Gallade? The Gallade does outspeed the Ludicolo, does outspeed the Quagsire, doesn't outspeed the Cobalion, and I think... Sorry, I've forgotten how... Okay, so it's speed ties with the Bravery as well. I could potentially go out into Druddigon, but then I don't have the best special defense. To be honest, with Assault Vest, I may take this hit. So, considering the fact that 3 of his Pokemon potentially outspeed me, I think I am just going to stay in and get a close combat off. Hopefully... Oh, he goes for Fire Blast. Unfortunately, he misses, which is crucial, really, because I'm not sure if I'd have taken that or not. It's really difficult to judge, and obviously that was really unlucky as well, because now I can actually just go for the Shadow Sneak and take him out. I'm surprised he isn't running the Eruption. Maybe he was predicting the Shadow Sneak. That could have been an option, really, because then at least I'd have got some health off, and actually the power of Eruption would have decreased. But I'm not exactly sure. So he goes out into the Bravery, and to 284. We should match each other in terms of speed. I'm pretty sure his Typhlosion was his Scarfer. So normally you run a little bit of HP into Bravery just because it's normally they're sort of like bulk up sets. So he may not be fully invested in speed. So I think probably the best bet is just to stay in. I can't see, especially the fact that I can't outspeed the Cobalion means that Gallade may not be as useful as the rest of these. Because I mean, NutCracker does outspeed the Bravery, and it should be able to handle the rest quite well. So I think I am just going to stay in close combat. Hopefully he isn't fully invested in speed. And oh, he does just he goes for the Protect. Oh, okay, that's fair enough, scouting what to do. But yeah, this Gallade certainly is doing work. To be honest, it wouldn't have done the same amount of work if that Fire Blast would have hit. But I'm pretty sure I could have done a decent chunk. So I do outspeed with the close combat, as he does go for the Brave Bird, takes me out, which is unfortunate. He has the leftovers as well, so this is more... This is looking like potentially a bulk up Bravery, but then with the Protect, never seen a Protect on Bravery. So, in terms of what to do next, I'd ideally like to take this thing out without resorting to taking any damage, and I guess Earmuffs might be the one to do it because I can outspeed. Yeah, I think the only issue with running out with Earmuffs though is if I go for the Night Slash and he gets into the Cobalion, then he's got an attack boost, and if I go for a Cross Poison, then it's not going to do anything at all. So he may want to try and save his Bravery. So, as I said, I ideally want to avoid getting any damage, having any damage done to me. So, I guess actually I could go out to Meloetta and go for a Charge Beam. Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet, because if I get the Charge Beam off, I actually get a boost in special attack. I outspeed the Quagsire and the Ludicolo, so that will mean probably the Cobalion will come out, and if he's not fully invested in, if he's not invested in speed, I think there's a chance I might outspeed. Hopefully I don't miss this Charge Beam. He does go for the Protect again. As I go for the Charge Beam, I am going to go for the Charge Beam again. Even if he does bring in the Quagsire, I'm pretty sure that's physically defensive Quagsire, because that's what they commonly run. And anyway, if it was unaware as well, the boost won't make any difference. So he does go out into it, and I think it's tempting just to stay in. I don't know how much this will be able to do to me. I mean, they're normally sort of toxic recover, and I'd be quite good to see whether it is a special wall or a physical wall. The other option is I could go out into Golbat, because I'm pretty sure Golbat will, well, it won't necessarily wall, but it handles it pretty well. Especially since NutCracker handles the Bravery, and it should be able to do quite good damage to the Ludicolo. I think I am going to go out into Hate Me. So I go out into Golbat. He does just go for the Scald. Oh, he's Life Orb. Ooh, that's quite interesting. So I am going to get the Toxic off here. Ooh, actually no. I'm going to go for the Super Fang this turn. Especially with considering his Life Orb. He does run the Ice Beam. And considering I'm uninvested in special defense, I'm taking those very well. And that's Life Orb as well. So at this point, I can go for a Roost. He may predict me to go for this and try and go for a... Maybe no, because he's special, so he might have Earth Power. He does just go for the Recover. I'm going to use this opportunity to get a Toxic off. And hopefully Golbat will be putting in the finest of work. The only thing I can see being a little bit of an issue is Cobalion, but then I don't know what Cobalion can really do to me. But yeah, I've never seen a Life Orb Quagsire. That's quite interesting, actually. Sorry to check again, but I'm just interested to... Because I never see Quagsire's special attack. Okay, it's not the highest. It's 65 special attack, so... Yeah, I don't know. I guess yeah, because I normally just focus on the defenses, because it's normally a defensive Pokemon. So I guess it is quite a good way to surprise the opponent as well. So he does go for another Scald. I am just going to go for the rest again. Even if he does go for the recover, he is slowly whittling himself down. Also, there's no way I'll be able to do any damage to him. So at this point, I can go for another Super Fang. If he does decide to switch out, something's going to have to lose half their health. And if the Bravery comes in, I should be able to handle that. The Cobalion I can handle. And at this point, I think Toxic wears him down, and that's the end of Quagsire. From here, I could see the Ludicolo coming in, threatening me with the Ice Beam, which he does. So, considering how well this handles Cobalion, Cobalion's at full, isn't it? Yeah. 262 speed, 289. It is tempting to go into that, but I'm pretty sure I won't be able to take a hit. So, it has a very good typing for my team, actually. Let's see, Javelin would be useful, because I'm pretty sure Javelin should be able to take a hit from any of those. And Water Pulse should be able to take them all out once I get past Mr. Mexico here. So, considering how little Life Orb Ice Beam did, I think I'm just going to Roost this turn, just to see. So I do outspeed, that's important, because he does get a crit, so that's going to be doing 30, 1.5 is 20%, so it's going to do about 40%. Considering I outspeed as well, that's very important, because that means I can actually lose my flying typing. So I can actually use this turn to get Toxic off. As he goes to the Ice Beam, hopefully I'm not going to freeze. So I am going to go for the Roost this turn. And I don't think, apart from freezing, there's any way he can really muscle his way past me. Because at this point, I can go... I don't want to get this wrong. Let's see, yeah, so 41%. I'm going to go for a Super Fang, just to whittle him down a little bit. And, yeah, I survived the hit, and I should be able to just start roosting up now, and it's getting to the point where I should be able to handle him quite well. Yep, I don't freeze as well. So, I'm still trying to work out with the Cobalion whether my Golbat will be able to handle it. Because if the Cobalion runs leftovers, then obviously I technically will never be able to take it out because of Super Fang. So that may be a little bit of an issue. So I need to make sure that Golbat's used to sort of wear it down, but then I also have a teammate on hand to just do that final hit. Because otherwise, I'm kind of stuck. From here, I can definitely see the Cobalion coming in. So the Cobalion comes in. He has the air balloon as well, which is interesting. I am just going to go for a Super Fang at this point, because at least then I pop the balloon, which makes it easier for Earmuffs to come in. He does go for the Iron Head, and he does outspeed, so he may end up starting to flinch me. So at this point, I'm just going to Roost this one turn just to see what move he goes for. He is sticking with the Iron Head, so from that, it means I can actually go out into Javelin, because I should be able to take a hit from that. I theoretically should be able to take a close combat. He does go for Sacred Sword and gets a crit. Okay. The fact that he has Sacred Sword means he probably doesn't have close combat. So, there's no point me switching out anyway. I am just going to go for the Water Pulse, which should take out this Bravery pretty easily. And, I think it's probably GG from here. So I'll go for another Water Pulse. And unless he packs the close combat, he does pack the close combat as well. That doesn't even take me out. That's quite surprising, actually. And yes, that was the end of the battle. GG. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle and just the series in general as well. And don't forget, Monday the next session will be starting. So I'll see you guys all there. Caddy out. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep up my latest content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Macadii out.